Hello and welcome all to the post-game press conference of Serbia and Australia at the FIBA Women's World Cup qualifiers in Belgrade, Serbia. After intense 40 minutes, Serbia came up top 78-71. With me we have Team Australia head coach Rondello and then player number 4, Sami Whitcomb. Let's start with coach. Can we have your thoughts about the game?
Yeah, I mean, obviously disappointed with the result. Obviously we were right there for the last 5 minutes. I think we just lost our composure and, things didn't go our way. But losing Talbot obviously hurt us. But, I think this is a game that, with the new group, we're going to learn a lot from. Serbia just, made plays. They got a little aggressive. We didn't execute exactly how we wanted to. And so now it's just about learning in it and getting ready to finish strong against Korea.
Great. Sami?
Yeah, I agree. I thought, they were pressuring us a lot, and I thought that lifted kind of in the fourth, and I think fatigue kind of set in for us a little bit, and we lost our composure for sure, and played into their hands, and then we fouled on the defensive end too much, and I think that just played into their hands a bit. So, yeah, like Coach Sandy said, we'll for sure learn from this. It'll be a great opportunity for us to figure out how we need to get better for the next one.
Great. Thank you both. Now is the time for questions from media. If you have any questions, please raise your hand or type it in the comments in the Zoom. I actually do have a question for both. If you kind of both could touch up on how important is it in an international setting play a game like this? The preparation for World Cup, it was Serbian, fans are very loud and intense, so
it's great. But and that's good, and that's what you want. I mean, but I suppose in Sydney, at least the fans will be on our side, so we'll utilise that. But I mean, the only way you can get better is playing in these really big quality games. And Serbia is obviously a really well coached, tough team, and they played really well tonight. But our preparation, we just need to play to get used to playing with each other. We've got a lot of new players out there as well, and we know that we're close there, but sometimes it's about a possession here and there and executing the scout a little bit better and limiting the breakdowns. Look, we fouled three-point shooters. I mean, we can't do that. We sent them to the foul line 29 times. We need a little bit foul discipline and other areas, we've got to handle the pressure a little bit better. But the only way you learn is by playing in these kind of games. So really, obviously disappointed with the loss, but I think it's just going to help us become a better team because they're the games that help with that.
Right.
Yeah, you can't recreate that kind of environment, that kind of pressure, that kind of intensity. No practice, no scrimmage, nothing. So this is really great for us. It's what we haven't had the last few years. So obviously it'll be hard to watch the film and to relive it, but we have to do that to get better. And I really think we'll learn from this and we'll be a much better team moving forward because of this. So this was great for us.
Great. Thank you. Is there any other questions?
Coach, what do you think is Australia a suitable host for the World Basketball Championship because of the very rigid health measures?
The health measures are really a good place to be hosting.
Yes, definitely. I mean, yeah. I mean, we're going.
Do you think it will be everything okay?
Yeah, I think it'll be fine. I think obviously COVID's been disruptive for all sports. I mean, last year it hurt us a lot because we had to do two weeks of quarantine just to get in and out of the country, and so that's always hard. But I think by October, September, it's going to be totally fine, and we'll have. I'm not the organiser, but I'm sure they'll have measures in place.
And another question: how do you feel in the homeland of Mr. Novak Djokovic? He is tennis number 1, whom your government expelled, did not allow to defend the trophy in January on very great Grand Slam. How do you feel in Serbia?
Yeah, I mean, look, we love the Serbian people. We've been treated very, very well. I mean, that's something that had really nothing to do with us. That's a government thing, and but we've been appreciated just the support we've gotten here from the Serbian public.
Thank you. Is there any other questions in the room or via Zoom? No? Then that will conclude the first part of the press conference. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Hello and welcome back to the second part of the press conference. We're here with Team Serbia, who just with this win earned their spot at the FIBA Women's World Cup in Sydney. We have here head coach Marina Malkovic and a player number 12, Yvonne Anderson. Let's start with coach. Can we have your thoughts about the game?
Very difficult game against a very good opponent, against a big favorite of this game, who has experience, who has age, who has everything. I mean, and we knew that, of course, like all normal sports people, they will fight against us. They will play their best game against us, because last time we met it was in Rio when we won, and we were expecting this. The only problem is that on the other side we have a few older girls, and kindergarten, that doesn't have any experience with this type of games, with this type of matchups, playing against real serious players from women's basketball around the world, coming from Australia in this case. So big win for us, and I want to congratulate my team that in these two games, without Dragana Stankovic, without Nevena Jovanovic, who just Ana Dabovic also, but I'm talking only about the last things in the last 3 days. So we really in the last 3 days had a crazy situation, and if they can do this, I just hope that they have no limits, and that after one serious summer with me, they will be good for the future.
Great. Yvonne, can we have your thoughts about the game?
I'm proud of my team. Australia is a really good team. That was a really good opponent. We played WNBA caliber players, WNBA coach, all these things, and there's this little basketball country, Serbia, and I'm just proud that we continue to fight. We continue to believe in ourselves, and I think that's why you saw the results you saw tonight. The fourth quarter, we really believed that this was going to be our night, and we took control and we kept control. It was amazing to have the fans. That definitely pushed us, but tonight was a statement game, just showing what we're building, and that Serbia's not done. Like, one player does not represent Serbia. It's going to continue, and I'm just happy to be a part of it.
Thank you. Now, if there's any questions in English, now is the time to ask. Either raise your hand or type it in the comments. There is one from Adam via Zoom. For both, I'm assuming, how is it to qualify for World Cup in your home court, in front of your own fans?
As I say all the time, we all play abroad, so playing here in our country, and when it comes to me, in my city, in my neighborhood, it's always amazing. The best possible option that can be in front of our fans. What else can I say? I mean, the best possible way. And we all remembered, those of us who were there in 2019 and talking around with foreigners, coaches, basketball people. Definitely this country and this city are great organizers for all events, and simply people like to be here, and we're proud of that, honestly. I mean, so as I said, we remember 2019, and all these people around remember 2019 and came back, even though it's only qualifications. Back then it was European Championship, so it's pretty normal that people came. Now it's only qualification games, but many people are definitely loving to be here. We know that.
It felt amazing. Obviously, I've seen the pictures. I've heard the stories of when the European Championships were here, and with COVID, we haven't had a chance really to have that crowd, and to be able to have that and to qualify tonight, it felt amazing. I don't know, just a good night.
The most important thing is that, like always, we see so many little girls who after this will play basketball, and new girls will have some other movements for women's basketball and so on. So that is the most important and most impressive thing. And now we are connecting to okay, Yvonne, Tina, Crv, but also Sasha, great Sasha tonight, but also to new faces. And kids are cheering for Raca, for Nogic, for all these new girls, and that's what we're most happy about. That basketball continues in this country, and that hopefully we will have many girls playing basketball, and from that, like I say all the time, only benefit for the Serbian national team.
Okay, is there any other questions in English? I do have one question for Ivan. Obviously it was a very intense game, and Australia wasn't able to keep their composure at the end. But you were. Could you talk about that? How were you able as a team to come up with that win?
I think it's just the trust in each other. We didn't have a lot of time to practice, but there's a strong belief in each other. There's a strong camaraderie that we've built, and having a coach that believes in us, that challenges us. And so even though I think we're down 4 points, we believe that we were going to get the lead. We believed that tonight was our opportunity, and it wasn't so much about them, it was about us. And it's just doing what we've been taught to do, just executing Marina's vision, and you got a quarter of it. And because of that, we're going to Australia.
Thank you. Is there any other questions now in English or Serbian?
In Srbiji.
Yes.
Marina, čestitke za plasman na svetsko prvenstvo. I pošto znamo kakva je Marina, kakav je plan za svetsko prvenstvo i za Australiju?
Ja ga već imam onog momenta kada sam prihvatila da ostanem tu, i sad ponavljam kad smo se plasirali da, Bogu hvala, nisam donala pogrešnu odluku. Rekla sam da verujem u ovu decu, da imaju to nešto što mora mnogo još da se brusi, mnogo da se radi, mnogo da se vaspitava, moraju da prođu ceo jedan ozbiljan proces, za njih dosta težak. Ali već sam tad napravila neke ozbiljne planove i jedan deo toga podelila sa ljudima oko mene, koji su mi najbliži. I svih tih planova koji su trajali, znači mesecima od onog momenta kad sam odlučila da ću da ostanem da radim sa ovim mladim generacijama, i dolazi ovaj rezultat. Sve je to deo toga, sva ta priprema, sva to razmišljanje, sva ta posvećenost, ludačka celoj priči, da se ne lažemo, to je uvek tako. Tako da, šta imaju ispred sebe? Imaju ispred sebe jedno leto koje će biti puno izazova, puno teških stvari, svašta želim da ih naučim. Želim da ih naučim kako treba da se ponašaju i na terenu i van njega, tako da im sigurno neće biti lako, i njima i svim nekim novim ljudima okolo. Znači oni su to započeli, poznato im je, ali moraju da prođu kroz onaj pravi drill, jer one više nisu te igračice koje posmatraju sa strane, koje ulaze na minut, dva, nego moraju da nose igru Srbiji. Eto, to je plan za leto. A iz toga su uvek dolazile dobre stvari, jer se tu radi o jednom ogromnom radu.
Dobro, aktualni evropski šampion, sigurno i zlatan selektor, sigurno imaju i velike, ili barem dovoljno maksimalne ambicije i na svetskom prvenstvu, bez obzira što će to biti malo drugačiji sastav od onog sa poslednjeg evropskog i sa olimpijskih igara.
Mislim, znate da nikad nam ne nedostaje ambicija i sve to radimo. Mislim, možemo mi da se okupimo na leto i bez tog svetskog, ali je malo prazno kad nemaš ništa na kraju. Kad nemaš povod zašto si tu, već smo to, kad sam se ja vratila jednom u reprezentaciju, to je bilo onako poprilično prazno leto, onako mi treniramo, ali nije to to. A ovako ćemo da se organizujemo na najbolji mogući način. Da iskoristim moment da se zahvalim državi koja ulaže u sport i ulaže u košarku da se organizuju ovakvi turniri, što nema razlike između muške i ženske košarke. I ja znam da ih mi ovim našim uspehom teramo da samo ulažu još više u ženski sport i u žensku košarku. Znači, hvala im na tome, kažem, što se podjednako organizuju i turniri za muškarce i za devojke i što imamo mogućnost da igramo pred domaćom publikom. Ovo nam je definitivno u ovoj celoj situaciji mnogo značilo. I kažem, isto tako sam siguran, znam da ćemo imati kvalitetne pripreme, to sam rekla i kad sam sedela s predsjednikom Danilovićem, znači ćemo imati sve ono što budem poželjela, iako mislim da nisam baš puno razmažena, ali jer te pripreme uvek provodimo, kao što znate, u Srbiji i na Zlatiboru ili u Beogradu, ne tražimo mi mnogo, ali sve je to opet mnogo važno i uvek je bilo važno svih ovih godina. Tako da, što se tiče Australije, ću znati mnogo više kada prođe bar taj prvi neki mesec vaspitavanja novih srpskih košarkašica, novih srpskih devojaka i onda ću malo više moći da vam kažem. Ovo za sad što su pokazale u ovakvim okolnostima, samo neka tako ostane.
Puno uspeha i hvala.
Hvala vam.
Nina Spasojević, Sport klub. Naravno, pitanje za Marinu. Naravno da Marina sada neće nešto konkretno reći o tim ambicijama i već si lepo odgovorila radi, ali ipak ću da postavim pitanje, da li ćete možda ipak u nekim neformalnim razgovorima na letu spomenuti dve činjenice. Da jedino nemate medalju sa svetskog prvenstva, naša reprezentacija, i da je bilo jedno svetsko prvenstvo u Turskoj koje da je bilo Božje pravde, možda sam se loše izrazila, da je bilo sudijske pravde, bila bi i ta medalja u riznici. Mislim, da li će i to provejavati kao jedan od motiva ovog leta?
Vidite, budite sigurni da mi konstantno imamo ambiciju i da je svaki naš minut treninga priprema posvećen najvišim ciljevima. Sad, to je sport. Šta će da se desi? Evo, danas se desilo lepo. Svo moje iskustvo se svodi na to da tolika posvećenost i toliki rad ne može da ne da rezultate. Ali sad, to svetsko prvenstvo, vidite klase timova koje će tu biti, u svakom slučaju, ono će biti u najgorem slučaju za nas izuzetno važno, ja se nadam prvo da ćemo se kvalifikovati na evropsko prvenstvo, a i onda šta će tu da se dešava. Znači, to će biti u najgorem slučaju. Mi sigurno nećemo ići na svetsko prvenstvo da vidimo Australiju, da odemo na turistički, to se ne dovodi u pitanje. Da li će one želeti i kako će, neće biti tu tih 12, možete da zamislite sad, kada sad imamo vremena, to je ono što mi je trebalo, kada budemo imali vremena, kako će sve to da se sprovede, ceo taj plan priprema i svega. Ja ću opet sigurno voditi gladnih 12, a kad vodiš takvih i evo, bez da ikog izdvajam, da kažem samo šta je tim uradio u toj posljednjoj četvrtini 25-15 koju smo dobili, to su stvarno bile vanserijske, vratite, kako pogledate Sašu Čađu koja oči zatvara, pada, ali igra, pa sve ostale, da nikog ne izdvajam. Tako da, kad imaš takav jedan tim, kad sagradiš takvo jedno poverenje, i kad se ne zna šta može biti. I protiv velikih, ovo je danas mnogo bolji tim od nas. Mi sad možemo da vrtimo, da pričamo šta god hoćemo. Koreja isto tako. Znači, mi smo dobili takav šamar, ljudima deluje, znači tim je onaj, uopšte se ne računa u jednom timu i to svaki trener, svaki moj kolega ili koleginica to zna. Nema veze što tu ima nekoliko igrača. Ok, ima veze, znaju moj sistem i tako dalje, ali ovo je nov tim. One po prvi put staju da igraju napad zajedno, one ne znaju se, deca na terenu. Tako da, kažem, srećna sam, jako sam zadovoljna zbog njih i želim im da budu uspešne kao i njihove ove sjajne devojke što su bile pre njih i da još jednom naravno i ja kažem iz mog ugla jedno veliko hvala Sonji i Jeleni za sve što su radile, jer je danas isto njihov dan, naravno, i sve super što je ovako i što se ovako završilo i što je i to prošlo, da se njima zahvalim još jednom u ime svih ovih devojčica koje su zbog njih krenule da se bave košarkom u našoj zemlji.
Thank you. Is there any other questions? No? No more questions? That will conclude the press conference. Congratulations again.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.